This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Sattva Luxury Mattress, the only online mattress company that provides free delivery, setup, and mattress removal.
Welcome to Your Mom's House with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsi.
welcome to Your Mom's House.
What it do?
Take your Ubers.
It's January.
2020.
We're back. It's 2020.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta take your Ubers. You gotta be safe. It's 2020.
It's 2020. 2020. We're back for another year at least. Our contracts are re-upped. Your Mom's House podcast. This will be, I guess, officially year 10.
What?
Right? We started in 2010. It was late 2010.
Damn.
But yeah. 2020.
I did not realize that. It's been a decade of doing this show.
Yeah. October of 2010 is when we first did it.
And you know what's interesting is every time I think we're going to run out of stuff to make fun of, or will there be a new maniac?
When you're feathering it, brother.
There is a never-ending...
You're feathering it like that, brother.
Come on, Chomo. There's a never-ending supply out there of content.
We're never going to run out.
No.
No. Fed Smoker. All the other guys. Yeah.
RPC, we released the Christmas special.
Yeah, it was
over
amazing.
the holiday
People
just for
loved
you
it.
guys.
It was great. It was amazing to see that come together. I mean, I was talking to Drew about it, and he was like, I don't know. I feel like it was one of Drew's proudest accomplishments.
I think so, too.
And he did a great job, but just having that all come together, Drew, Paul Brazil again, the coordination of it, the backstory of Drew having watched videos, kind of made on-the-fly assessments, seeing RPC be like, oh, Colonel Sanders, he's a chicken head, cluck head, like saying all crap. And then having Drew actually be like, I would go out there and meet him. And then him doing it, amazing.
I mean, the dedication Dr. Drew has to the show is commendable. And also, it was great to get an inside look into RPC's world and life and how that brain works. And I'll tell you a little behind the scenes stuff. After Drew interviewed RPC in Jew Dork Titties, I was on the way to the airport here in LA, and I get a phone call from Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
And he goes, wow. Like, just wow. He said, and his exact words were, I'm impressed. Now, you know a man that has done the work that he's been doing for 40 years now?
Yeah.
When Dr. Drew says he's impressed,
It's something.
it's something else.
I don't know what. It's something. Yeah, we actually had a discussion about when I'm in New York next, and Drew's in New York, about taking RPC to like a 5-star dinner.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
He'd have to put pants on though.
That's fine. He can do it. Just having him meet us like at a really upscale restaurant.
Yeah, man.
Because that would just be fun.
He would love it. I don't think he'd want to leave his...
I just want to get like a glass, get like a glass of wine. Just spark like a rosé or something.
Oh, just something. Can I piss in this cup?
Can I piss right here?
That's the sound you make.
When you're feathering it, brother. When you're feathering it.
Okay. You just broke proto, buddy.
He's so fucking crazy.
We've really been into Fed Smoker lately around the house.
Oh, yeah.
We've been talking about breaking
all
proto.
Day, all day.
What'd you take when you're feathering it, brother?
When you're feathering it, brother. Like he's Hulk Hogan back in the day.
And that's what
Get a
he's...
good grip on it. See, you gonna feather that shit?
He's out of his fucking
He's got a
mind.
lighter to his head when he says that, right? You're feathering it. You feathering it.
Yep.
That is nuts.
Why are you getting a haircut like a fucking bum?
Like a chomo.
Yeah. You can just light it on fire and trim it yourself.
This is a stupid thought, but I was thinking about how come child molester is Chomo? It should be Chimo. Chomo, CHO,
Well,
child molester. Why is it Chomo?
I think it rolls off the tongue easier.
Chomo's a great word.
Yeah.
Don't
What's
get
up
me
there,
wrong.
Chomo?
What's up there, Chomo?
What'd you take when you're feathering it, brother?
Yeah. What'd you take?
I don't know, man.
You just
It's just the way it is.
busted protocol, buddy.
What's up there, Chomo? You're not following proto at all. You're fucking done. You're fucking fired. All right.
You really do his voice so well too.
When you're feathering it, brother.
I want you to take when you're feathering it, brother. You gotta get a good grip on it.
Oh man.
See, you gotta feather that shit. You gotta get it going, bud. You know?
Yeah.
You know what's great about your impression of him is it goes a little bit into Top Dog.
Yeah.
But then it goes just into Fed Smoker.
Yeah.
So it's a little Top Doggy, and then you go into crazy.
I think Top Dog would not feel comfortable watching.
What would he say?
I'm trying to think. Like, what would he say?
He'd be like, Tommy, no,
yeah,
this guy's not.
It's irresponsible.
He'd say it's dangerous, buddy.
Yeah.
You can't put a lighter to your
Oh
hair.
yeah, something's wrong with that guy. Something's wrong with him. Is that drugs? Is that what he's doing? Smoking drugs? He wouldn't know. Yeah, I think it's meth, Dad. Meth. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Does your dad know what meth is? He does.
Yeah, he just knows that anything that you could smoke is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because meth is particularly bad. From what I've learned from Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
It's a whole new. If you are mentally ill, it's like putting kerosene on a brain that's already.
He had this really cool.
Nutty.
He explained to me that meth users often pursue police. That it's very common for people who smoke meth to approach and become combative with multiple police officers.
I think you mean combative. There's an extra syllable in that word.
And cocaine, they flee from the cops.
Which is smart.
Yeah, he's like, people on cocaine will jump out a window to get away from cops. And people on meth will be like, what's up? What's up, dog? Like, just walk up to a cop. He said cops are like, why are all these meth guys always approaching me?
That is interesting. I'm assuming it's just all those
when
chemicals.
You're fucking feathering it, brother.
Gotta get her hot, too.
All hopped up on battery acid.
Uh-huh.
That shit does make you nuts. At least cocaine is
meth.
A plant. It's natural. Right?
No,
Isn't
it's
it?
no.
What's in the cocaine? I don't know.
Coca leaf is a plant, but cocaine is a chemical that.
Well, how would they mix the coca? You watch that Narcos.
Yeah, I forget the whole process, but there's definitely a
chemicals in the cocaine.
Absolutely.
Okay, Google that shit, native.
How do you make cocaine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you love our digital footprint on this show?
Yeah, it's helpful.
It's good.
How it's made.
Yeah. What's in that shit, bro? It's not as gnarly as.
It's pretty gnarly. It's not as gnarly, but it's gnarly. It's not good.
But they don't use like formaldehyde and shit. I don't think use just nasty shit.
There's
Sudafrin.
definitely chemicals. Yeah.
Petrol, battery acid.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I guess the 80s stuff I heard was better. I don't know. I don't take cocaine.
That's Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I think he's teaching everyone how to make world-class Michelin-starred cocaine.
Yeah. Y'all cocaine is shit.
That's great. All right. Well, let's get to this opening clip here. You ready to get going here?
I'm ready there, Chomo.
Let's go, fucking Chomo.
I will if you don't. Fuck you too, bitch. You fucking call the cops. Go right ahead.
You want me to call the cops?
You want fucking phone, you cocksucker. I'd like to punch your fucking lights out.
This shit is big time!
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Yo, mom in the fucking stand!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pajitsin.
welcome to your mom's house.
Ooh.
Oh, I love this clip. It's about time we see a woman get violent. It's nice to see a lady doing what the guys can do.
Yeah. Well,
we can be crazy too.
She's at Sprint, and I think she's mad that what was on her phone, the photos that were on the phone, are no longer there.
Well, it should make you mad like that. It makes me effing mad when you go to the Apple store and they promise you the dream of a new fixed thing.
Yeah.
And then all your shit's gone. Like, come on, bruh.
Well, let's see what what happens with this Sprint guy.
I'm going to lower my tone, but you tell him. That's right, I did threaten him. Because now I lost, now I'm threatening you. My card, no, my pictures were on his phone. Don't tell me any differently. My fucking pictures were on that phone.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Hey.
What do you think those pictures are of? Are they dick pics?
There's probably a few
like
in there.
Some intense
I don't
hotties.
think she doesn't get dick pics.
What I think is her kids? Is she that fired up? Kid pics?
I don't know. Could be, but she's not chill about it, you know.
Pussy pics?
Fuck you too, bitch. You fucking call the cops. Go right ahead.
Fucking try me. Oh.
My fucking phone, you cocksucker.
Yeah.
I'd like to punch your fucking lights out.
I love it. It's about time.
Jesus Christ, lady. Jesus Christ!
Oh!
Fucking asshole. Yeah, you fucking called me.
I love that.
You
I
got a
like at
razor
the
blade.
end when they're like, "I'll call you." Fucking call him. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like on testosterone.
Yeah,
Women don't
that
usually
last
get
one's
that
great.
fired up.
Jesus Christ!
What? Whoa! Good work.
Fucking asshole.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
See that?
you fucking
Wait, no,
called
you
me.
keep interrupting, man.
I'm sorry. I'm
trying
just
to fucking
excited.
hear it, man.
Jesus
Oh, you're
Christ!
so mad at me.
Fucking asshole. Yeah, you fucking called
What does he say?
Thanks
What does
for
he say to her?
coming, lady.
Oh, thanks for coming, lady. And then she goes, "Yeah, you fucking call."
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, she's awesome.
She's great. Can I say what I wanted to say though? real
Yeah, of
quick?
course.
Go back to the beginning. Not the beginning, but the beginning of this clip.
Jesus Christ, lady.
See those two people
Christ.
standing on the right there? I thought those were real people this whole
Oh my
time.
God,
I was like, wow, they're not doing anything. They're just standing there like that.
it's a fucking poster on the wall.
That's why I'm like, they're so calm.
Didn't you think they were kind of big and?
Yeah, I did, but I thought maybe they were like closer to the camera or something.
And they're just not moving at all.
Yeah, I'm like,
He's still like, I can't figure this out.
yeah. I'm like,
Holding up the same thing.
yeah, I'm like, how can
Fucking asshole. Yeah, you fucking called me.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Yeah, that shit does. I don't know. It does make me feel good.
It's Merry Christmas time.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays?
I say Merry Christmas. That's what my dad says. I was at the bank today, and the guy said Happy Holidays, and I stopped and I looked him in the face and I said Merry Christmas. Okay.
I did say a lot of Merry
I
Christmases.
celebrate Christmas, so I don't see why I can't say that. Wow, Dad.
I agree. I kind of do too. I did.
You did?
I did say Merry Christmas a lot this last season.
How come?
Because I agree. I'm like, I don't know what you celebrate, but I can't calibrate my fucking brain around it. I can't sit here and wonder. And most of us celebrate Christmas in this country, so I'm going to go with the majority.
Yeah.
Except for I gave a card to somebody I knew was Hindu, and that one I changed to Happy Holidays. I gave the Peanuts cards that I give, but I wrote Happy Holidays out of respect for her.
To a Hindu person?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who that would be.
Our I don't want to.
Yeah, don't
it's related to our children, so I don't want to.
Okay.
I'll tell you after.
Jeez, I kind of wish we would cut that relationship off. I didn't know about that. I don't want that influence on my kids.
I know, neither do I. That whole
All right, well,
inclusion
let's
thing.
fucking end that today. Maybe
she's
send
really
her
nice. She's
send
the
her another
best.
card that says stay away from the kids.
I said Merry Christmas.
I get a lot of shit. I've gotten a lot of shit about, speculation about what Garth Brooks has been up to and done. And I just want to say it feels good to be validated.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah.
to be validated.
Oh my God.
Look at the cover of this is one of the most respected publications in the country. It says Garth Brooks kidnap terror. And you just see the face of an unrepentant, violent, possible mass murderer. New hostage nightmare. Whew. I mean, this shit, that is...
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
Who did he kidnap?
Well, you know, it's just, I'm assuming, I mean, it looks like his lady there is...
Trish is not happy.
Well, she looks like she's scared in the photo. So I guess the implication is that maybe he kidnapped her?
That's what I thought.
I mean...
Well, who did he kidnap?
Can you give me a second?
What page is it on? Are you going to go through every page of the New York Times before you find it?
I'm looking for it.
It's probably on page 6.
Well, that would be the New York Post.
The New York Post. My
That's
favorite
not what we're looking at
publication.
right now. All right. Garth Brooks. Oh, man, look at him. That just looks just like when they have a guy at perp walk and they're like, oh, did you do it? And he just, you know, looks at the cop. I didn't do it. Country kingpin Garth Brooks has been brought to his knees over fears for his family's safety. His ex-wife Sandy's fugitive former flame, who videotaped her in the nude and kidnapped her at gunpoint, now lives less than 15 miles from the music legend's loved ones. He's looking over his shoulders all the time. Oh, wait, this is a spin on what he's been up to. He must have paid them off. Oh, wow. So I guess they're saying that maybe he feels like he might get kidnapped?
That can't be accurate.
Yeah, it's like, how does Ted Bundy all of a sudden now he's scared?
He paid off this publication to spin the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like he paid somebody.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what they're saying here is that like now, that is such a clever way to spin it. It was kind of like when Lance Armstrong, he started that like cancer foundation.
I know.
And meanwhile, he's like doping up before every race. And then they're like, oh, but he's a great guy. It's like, yeah, he's diverting the attention to what he's doing so that you go, oh, he's fucking, yeah, but he's great. You know, it's like, oh, I'm scared, but yeah.
You're right, Tom. I didn't think of it that way. It's throwing the media off the trail,
of course,
of the crimes he's actually committing right now.
He's doing.
Oh, that's interesting.
Who knows what he's really doing?
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't want to be, accused of saying something. I'm just saying, who knows?
I really like that.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's terrifying. He's a terrifying person.
He is.
Yeah.
How's his socials been lately? Have we been?
I haven't been on his
monitoring
socials.
him?
I know that there's a lot of people missing from that they've been to the concerts. Like every time that he's in that city doing a show, the next day they're like, oh, there's like 6 people gone.
Women.
Yeah.
Yeah. He likes heavy-set blonde women, I think.
I don't know what he likes.
Well, that's the type.
That's the type?
I like that.
Yeah, I like
really
heavy-set blondes.
Is that supposed to be happening?
Is that supposed to be? Huh?
And then they're like, happy birthday. He's like, oh, ha, 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 ha.
Happy birthday
to G.
Happy birthday to G.
Inside Studio G, where music is first here, and I like it that way. Really cool.
God. It's really cool.
I got... Is that supposed to happen?
That's like you. Oh my God, that was you earlier where you were like, I'm trying to hear the clip. And you got murderous towards me. We need to ISO him on that next episode. If you could lift the footage of Tom and the rage in his eyes, it was identical to this Garth rage. And like, I didn't know I was talking over. I was just excitable.
I wasn't in the room.
I didn't. I was honestly like really, I was so enraptured with what was happening. I don't know all the time what I do.
Okay.
And the rage.
It was not rage.
It welled up inside of you. I wish we could do an instant playback. It was exactly that. Is that supposed to happen? Happy birthday, TK.
Ooh.
He's going to murder me one day. You've been really watching your psycho killer stuff at night too, man.
Your speech to me about
wow.
what she says to me before I go to bed.
But Nadav, I'm laying in bed. I'm telling you, it's like, it's It is literally the worst shit you could watch before you go to sleep at night and dream. You know why you read children nice bedtime stories? So that they have a positive thing before you go into the unconscious and you dream. You dream positively. And I'm drifting off to sleep, and all I hear is like the bodies were burned, severed in half, stabbed, raped, dragged behind a truck. And then he's like just sitting there smiling. I go, what are you watching? Haven't we watched all the murder shows? He's gone through all the Narcos. He's gone through all the drug lord stuff. And now we're just, how do you even find the new murder shows?
They just keep putting them out.
They keep coming out.
They keep putting them out.
But my question to you.
I keep eating them up.
Yeah, you just love it. And he's up till midnight just weirding out watching these shows.
She's like half asleep. She goes, please. I just hear she goes, please, please. Put on anything else. I'm trying to sleep here. And how do you fill your brain with this garbage? How are you? She's like,
well, it's still.
How are you gonna? You know what you're putting into your mind? You just put craziness into your mind.
Well, it's filth. It literally is violence pornography. It is the most hateful, harmful stuff to put into your mind at night before you go to sleep. It's a documentary series. Anybody would tell. It's not healthy.
It's a documentary series.
Night.
I go to bed. Yeah, it's good. It's a good show.
It's not healthy to fill your head full of garbage.
It's like, a fascinating story.
It's like watching the news right before bed. You don't want to do those things.
The Henry Lee Lucas one?
I don't want to know it.
Confession Killer?
But it doesn't give you nightmares?
No.
I don't know how it doesn't. It trickles into my life.
It doesn't give me nightmares.
How do you watch that violence? That absolute nightmarish, ghoulish stuff, and then you roll over every night and you sleep like an angel.
I know, because
you do.
It doesn't give me nightmares. That's why.
Yeah.
It's just a story. I'm watching a story.
It terrifies me, the stuff that you watch. I couldn't watch it in the middle of the day. I'd be terrified even. It's always raping, murdering.
Yeah, I like to be entertained. It's a good story.
But do you understand? Do you guys in the booth sympathize with my thing of like, before you go to sleep, Nadav, don't you have a nice, relaxing routine before bed?
Yeah.
What do you do?
In the background, I mean, I don't know. I'll just put some show that I've gone through a lot that I don't want to pay attention to. A little Cheers, a little bit of The Office, a little background noise that's kind of fun and filled with jokes.
Right. Happy, positive, good feelings.
Yeah, the murder stuff also kind of bums me out.
Kind of.
I can't watch it, yeah.
Annie, what do you do to soothe your soul before you go to bed? What are you watching before bed?
It doesn't really matter because it's background noise, but I've definitely fallen asleep to American Psycho like 200 times.
Oh, the movie?
The movie, yeah.
I love that movie, but that's a comedy. No, I love American Psycho. It is a comedy. There's laugh out loud parts.
It's a dark comedy.
It's really funny though, and it's not true. But his are like the woman next door, the blonde woman who wore a Varsity Mom sweatshirt was kidnapped by the Chomo. You know, it's always like very detailed horror, and it's all real.
Okay.
I think American Psycho is a great movie.
It is a great movie.
like that one.
It's great.
I do 100 push-ups.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Hey guys, I do my push-ups. I can do 500. Like he brags about the car. It's so funny.
It's great. It is a great movie. Christian Bale is amazing in that.
I do an almond scrub.
The movie's great. I bet Josh has a pretty unpleasant pre-bed routine.
Yeah, what do you do?
I just fire up the Pornhub, see what that's got
I
going
knew it.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You just masturbate, and that helps men go to sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, then I can turn on whatever on Netflix. It could be murder. It could be Kimmy Schmidt. It doesn't matter what goes on as long as I jizz out my balls.
Yeah. Do you jizz every night before bed?
No.
But
I should.
Do you have a certain go-to like category on Pornhub? Do you do like a particular search?
I like to see what's trending, you know, what the people are looking at that day.
What everyone else is coming
to.
Yeah. And you come with them.
Yeah, and then I see like, well, if that's for me or not. You know?
That's cool. But you like a lot of lesbian stuff, you told me.
I do. It's kind of my soup du jour.
Makes me so upset.
That
it's different these days. It's not the same as it was in the 90s, you know?
Really?
Where it didn't look like it was real. Now they've really figured it out.
Why does it upset you that he likes lesbian
Not
porn?
that he likes lesbian porn. It's just that like when
That it exists.
Yeah, when I'm like trying to jerk it and I end up on a clip and it's lesbian, I'm like, God damn it. I immediately try to get out of it.
Why are you so angry with lesbos?
I'm not angry at lesbians. I just feel like as you know.
What about if they have a strap on?
It's the absence of the penis that upsets him.
I need to see it.
But there's a penis with a strap on.
Yeah, but I want to see a real one getting worked over, you know?
Some of them look pretty real.
But you don't like to see man on woman in porn at all?
If there's another woman, you need a third party.
It has to be a threesome?
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it's preferred.
It is preferred for you?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So just like a guy and a girl doing it, you can't. You're like,
yeah, it's.
What is it?
There's nothing there.
What is? I mean, what about that doesn't do anything for you?
I don't. It's too plain, right?
All right.
It's too simple.
All right, you just need
I mean,
another.
It'd be nice if there's a little. I don't know, some sort of circumstance around it. It depends on the plot and such.
I can't even tolerate a plot.
No?
It's probably why I don't read fiction. I get so annoyed. I don't want to hear flourishing details. Let's just get to the stuff. I
Yeah.
fast forward through all the setup. Do you watch the setup? You need to know the story?
Sometimes it's fun.
Sometimes it's fun, yeah.
Oh,
I think
I
what
don't
bothers
care.
me too a little bit about the lesbian porn is like, I know that they're probably not that uncomfortable. You know, doing it.
Maybe that's because I know that they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
exactly.
so
That's probably why.
yeah. Well, he's angry and wants to murder, so that makes sense.
I just
Do you
feel
like crying in your porn?
Of course, he likes crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite cry porn?
I'm just like a broken spirit. Like if I see that like, you know, she really regrets it, like kind of that behind the scenes afterwards. She's like, what am I doing? Like that.
Do they let
So
they
that
show
the
them?
regret, not the the cock is so powerful that it induces crying.
Oh, though that's good too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like oh fuck, like one of those where you can see in the face, and she's like, fuck, I think it might have really damaged me. Like one of those kind of.
Or
things.
they're choking on it so much that they just have tears.
Oh yeah,
going down their face.
That's cool too. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't get to see any of that with your lesbian porn.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of the girls are pretty rough.
Really?
Do but the lesbos.
Yeah.
But how can they make each other cry and stuff? How
with a strap on.
Oh, strap on,
yeah.
All right. I mean, I'll try it. I feel like but then there's no money shot. You don't like the money
Yeah.
shot. Though.
How do you know when the scene is finished if there's no jizz?
They do their own little jizz sometimes. You know,
They
we found out
squirt?
it's pee.
Yeah. You don't like a
But
money
that's fun.
shot?
I guess not. No.
Oh, well, that's because he doesn't money shot.
Yeah, I
with
don't get to
women.
do my own money
Basically,
shots. Although
he has lesbian sex all the time.
That's
There's
right.
no jizz. So maybe this is
That's
why.
so true. This makes sense now.
It makes sense.
You're just a lesbian.
You're a lesbian.
I'm just a lesbian. I'm poly. I'm a lesbian.
Yeah. Are you non-binary? Are we identifying? Wait, are you a
Maybe I
heterosexual
am.
man identifying as a lesbian right now?
I think that's what's happening. Put me on
Women
all your
have their
Comedy Central
periods.
shows.
Men have periods.
What's the deal?
Yeah, just fucking be cool.
Men can menstruate. Men can have babies.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Fucking get with the program. It's 2020.
Stupid. Yeah. We're all
It's
the
great.
same.
I'm a comedian, a sex worker, and a lesbian.
By the way, you're also a touring comedian. Where are you on tour in this beautiful new year, 2020?
Oh, now we're in 2020. I'm going to be in Wilmington, North Carolina at Dead Crow Comedy Club January 25th and 26th. And then the Comedy Connection in Rhode Island on the 31st to February 1st.
All right.
Wonderful.
It's very exciting.
You're a sex worker, you're a lesbian, and a comedian.
You're doing
You
great
should
stuff.
put that on your Instagram.
Yeah, you should.
You're a lesbian in a cisgendered male's body.
I got something to show you.
Okay.
I got something to show you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Guys, this is what my Christmas tree looks like this year.
So let's have sex. Let's have sex. Let's have sex tonight. Let's have sex.
Yeah, it's funny. She always has roots. She never has her hair done.
Yeah.
She always, her weave is never did these days.
But also, something's more than that's going on.
Oh, what?
Maybe in the eyes. And
What's going on? She's been cray for a long time.
But it's kind of turned up right now. I mean, you don't. Isn't this a kind of odd post?
Well, I can't tell because the music we put our own.
We
music
put our own music on.
it.
We put Kyle C. What up, dog? Acupuncture. No more acupuncture.
So I'd have to hear the original footage to. I kind of want to see what she posts. Oh, is it as a music that's
yeah? But I
copyright?
mean,
Okay.
but that.
Yeah, no, I follow her on the gram. Like you're talking to somebody that curates in this stuff. This is my field.
Are looking at this and you're like, I got to hear the music.
That's you know why?
I mean-
Because I am an expert at TikToks, and she's on the middle spectrum of what I normally curate.
Uh-huh.
But she's on that spectrum of talk.
But you don't see an issue with this at all?
Well, no, because this is normal. Because I follow her. What's wrong?
Guys, this is what my Christmas tree looks like this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tree's banging.
Yeah, the tree's dope.
Good tree.
And you're like, all right. Okay, and then what's going on?
So let's have sex. Let's have sex. Let's have sex tonight. Let's have sex.
You don't think this is a strange post?
Well, you never get high and just do sexy Instagrams like this. I mean, who hasn't?
Okay.
She's just feeling herself, babe.
Okay.
One more cover for today, so I'm going to sing Give Me More by Britney originally, a cappella with no music in the background, just me. I'm good at this song, so it should be fine, I hope. I know it's going to be good.
Okay.
Totally enjoy this in this beautiful outfit with this
Thanks for
crazy
letting me know I
cool
can enjoy it.
It's Britney, bitch. I see you, and I just want to dance with you. Every time they turn the lights down, just wanna go the extra mile for you. Public display of affection. Ooh, there's like no one else in the room. Oh, we can get down like there's no one around.
I love this.
I don't know what's going on.
I love this. I know what this is. Just open your mind and your heart. This is Robert Paul's champagne about 25 years ago. This is how it starts. This is the beginning. The singing, he's very theatrical. He was kind of a hot bod back then. He's starting to collect these antiques. There's like a Jiffy Pop, old school popcorn popper in the back.
Gimme more, gimme more, gimme more, gimme.
Okay.
I live for this. I live for this nutbacks.
I love that he
I
like
love
sets it up. The setup is the best. He's like, I got this one down.
Yep.
I don't need music. I know this one really well. You'll enjoy it. Here we go. Ready? Like his whole setup is so confident. Like this is going to be a really good experience for you right now.
I like to hear the chorus again. Gimme more.
Gimme more. Gimme more.
Really utilizing that wall space. Really good, man.
Well, I will commend him on his choice of location. We don't see any closets, and there are no fans.
The other, by the way, there's other I think the other Britney one that I sent you was way crazier. Didn't I send you a different one?
I think you just sent me the Christmas tree one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was one outside, like if she's on her balcony. And I was like, what the fuck?
I've heard rumors that she doesn't always take her meds.
Yeah, because she canceled.
I've heard rumors.
She canceled her Vegas residency last year.
She did?
Yeah, it was just canceled all of a sudden. It was all sold out, and they canceled it. And then there was something that was announced, like she might not even perform again. Period.
I think she's not well.
Really?
Well, I will listen. I don't mean to brag. I have a mutual friend of hers.
You do?
I do. I'll tell you off mic. And I think he's mentioned that, yes, she's got some issues.
Is this the friend?
Hello, goddess. This is me, Michael.
Hi, Michael. See.
I love you.
Oh. That was so menacing. Wait,
That's my favorite.
What platform is this on?
I'll make you come.
It's on Instagram.
I'm
looking for girls for pussy.
He should be on the talk.
Yeah, well, he's putting out this stuff.
Ugh.
I like when he
He goes, see?
Yeah.
Like he's Clark Kent.
It's me, Michael.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, we can see. You're not Superman, douchebag. See? Now you recognize me?
Oh, hello, goddess.
My old face.
Ugh. Yeah.
It's-
These guys.
is it Michael?
They never go away.
Hello, goddess.
And then it's me, Michael. See? And then
I love you.
Why don't you send me nice messages
I love
like
ya.
that?
I
But
love
somebody
ya.
out there.
I turn into a telescope.
Yeah.
But the goddess must like this. There's some woman out there.
I feel
that's
like,
I'm a
can I
goddess.
tell you my guess?
Yeah.
I think Goddess instructed him to do a post. I think that's part of what's going on in the role play here.
Oh.
Tell me, make a post addressing your goddess and tell me that you love me. And he was like, hello, goddess. It's me, Michael.
Ah.
I love you.
Can guys stop making videos to women?
Oh.
Can we just put a ban? Good Morning, Julia was the beginning of this thing on your mom's house.
Yeah.
I hope this video doesn't scare you.
That's all this stuff does, though. Is it
I know.
Just scares you. All of them. They're all fucking scary.
Can we just make an announcement to all the gentlemen listening? Just
Yeah.
don't make videos for girls.
Or
it's really
do
tough.
and CC us.
Oh, God.
Hello, goddess. This is me, Michael.
Yeah.
See?
Ugh, leave them on.
I love you.
Oh.
Ugh. It's really up close.
Yeah,
It's nice. It's got a
under
angle. Perfect YMH video. I would say it's lit pretty well. It's kind of disappointing.
But the good news, Tom, there's traffic in the background. He's on a highway of some sort. So the audio is not
I also
perfect.
wish he would have gone a little further than just I love you. He just scratched the surface.
I know.
Tell us what you want to do to guys.
What's your background? Do you have
What
a
are you
view?
into? Do you like certain things? You
I know, and he looked so much
Show
better.
us what that is.
Babe, which one was that from?
That was from the girl spitting in the
I
guy's
don't
mouth.
like that at
Yeah.
all. He looks a lot better with his shades on, BT does.
He does. Well, there was those skin tags that you could see. The loose flakes were there when he took
Yeah,
them.
can we freeze frame on the flakes?
You
and
want
the
to freeze
eyes?
frame that?
Because I feel like that's all treatable stuff. You need to go to a
Hello,
doctor.
goddess. This is me, Michael.
Michael.
Ah! Ah! Ugh.
My man's been outdoors quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, those skin tags can be removed.
Yeah, but look at this. He's got a lot of sun damage. This is the curse of being white.
I know.
You
We
get a
don't
lot
age.
of you get society lets you get away with a lot, and then you age like shit.
Yep. He was
mean,
probably cuter when he was young.
This is what I'll look like probably next year.
Let me see. No, but you're not as fair haired. He's blonde. Us
Yeah.
blondies don't do well.
Yeah.
We age like dog shit.
God. Damn
Yeah.
it. I got to take this down. I don't want to look at this.
Well, speaking of not aging well, I went to the Kreischer's house over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I see most of my friends in the dark because of what we do for a living. So I haven't seen Bert and Leanne in broad daylight for a while. No, Leanne I've seen more recently, but Bert, we were in his backyard and the sun was out, and he was laughing.
He's like, ha ha.
Yeah. And I got a really good look at those chompers.
Man,
and
so many different colors.
So many different colors. There's metal hooks that are from, I don't know, like a bridge that he had done in the 70s. And then they're different colors, so they look like those corns that you put on the table at Thanksgiving, the yellow corn.
There's a yellow, there's a brown, there's an orange, there's a off-white, there's a gold. I mean...
Oh, my.
And that doesn't even really show you. And this guy's a millionaire.
I know. Well, I heard he bought a house for like $25 million.
Yeah, he bought a compound in the valley. Like they're doing that thing. Only really rich people do this. They buy a house and then they tear it down and build another house.
Which is crazy money. That costs so much and time and everything. But, money bags Kreischer.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to mind.
But then you're like, what about these teeth? I mean, they're so offensive to look at.
Yeah.
I can't imagine kissing that mouth.
Oh.
Oh.
And you have that, like you say in your act, if that's what your mouth looks like.
Yeah.
Imagine what the downstairs.
Look how much gold is in there.
Gold. I mean... I used to have a gold post from
how
root canal.
old is he? I mean, people with gold in their mouth are usually
58.
in their 70s.
No, I had a gold one from a root canal, a gold cap, crown. And my dentist goes, you got to get that out of your mouth immediately. He says, this is so old. This is from the 90s? I go, yeah. He goes, we got to redo it. And you can make it the same color as the rest of your teeth.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think this is probably a good time to hit up Bert on maybe social media and... say like, hey man, it's time to fix your teeth.
It is time.
It's time.
It's time. You guys aren't really seeing the full details here. It literally is.
There's so many colors.
Yellow.
It's like,
brown, off-white, one white.
It's like a new sitcom on NBC. It's like, hey, every color is in here. There's a lot of diversity in Bert's mouth.
Oh my God.
There's brown, there's black, there's gold, there's yellow, there's everything.
And I asked Leanne because I was so upset. And I said, Leanne, get over here.
Yeah.
I go, what is this? And I pointed to Bert's mouth. And I go, how? You're the wife. This is the wife's job. All the wifey's listening.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you what, Christina.
It's not Foghorn Leghorn.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have been talking to this man here for quite some time, and he's nothing more than a lick skin on a boot snacker, and he don't know nothing. That's how she talks.
She does not say. Oh, she does say those sayings.
Well, if a coyote ain't got a coon stick by the tail, I don't know what I could tell you. That's a total what Leanne is.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
You did that perfectly. No, she does say things I don't know, and she has all these cool sayings. But she told me that she makes the appointments for him, and then he cancels them.
Of course.
So she is taking care of him, but he needs to go. And you guys need to tell him, take some of those millions. Take 1 million out of the 25 million that you're spending on this new house and get your damn teeth fixed.
Yeah.
How much could it cost to redo that mouth?
I don't know, man.
10 grand?
Yeah, he can do
20 grand?
He can definitely do it.
20 grand to get a whole new set of veneers.
I got a good one before we wrap up.
Ugh.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready? You remember this guy, right?
Just let me eat you.
Yes. Don't smile, Nadav.
Right?
God damn it.
For all y'all beautiful women.
Right? And he said he'll eat you.
I don't want him to eat me. He looks like he smells and his hand
he's got
smells.
another one. He put out another. He did another one after that, right? He did the.
You don't want to smell it.
I hate him so much.
And well, he's got a new video, and it's really good. And this one is a little friendlier, not as sexual in nature.
Can I dig in it? Can I dig in your booty? Dig in it now. Ay, ay, ay. Move all that hair. You heard me?
Put a jaw on.
Let me get in you.
How you get in them now?
Yeah, let me work with you.
How you get in them now?
Straight up. Because guess what? After I get through with you, you're going to sleep for 4 days.
Whoa, we're adding days.
Not 3 no more?
Ay, ay, ay.
Not 3 no more? That guy knows. He added a day. Not 3 no more?
You go sleep for 4 days.
4 days now.
Not 3 no more.
But that's because, but he's adding the booty.
Yep.
So he's already doing the meow, and then he
There's
adds.
no more 3.
Ooh, it went up. It went up.
4.
It's 4 now.
It went to 1 notch. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, my baby. Fam, I love you, baby.
Dude, what if, though? What if? Just play what if with me for a second. What if he's like the world's greatest lover?
He's not.
How do you know that?
Because he has no teeth. His teeth are
That
as
might be
bad as
perfect.
Bert's. No.
What if he really did shut you down? You're like, I can't move. 4 days. And you're trying after that. You're like, it's only been 3 days. And he's like, nah, it's a 4-day one now. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What if the stinky pussy lady is the greatest lover of all time?
And our pussies fucking stink.
Could you be with her?
Yeah.
You would be with the stinky pussy, General
You just
Words.
said she's the greatest lover of all time.
Yeah, but you couldn't get over the smell of her puss.
I think she's exaggerating. And I'll do what he says. Get in them bubbles, baby. Get in the bubbles.
Yeah, but I can't get over his lack of teeth and his general...
The bubbles.
If you're clean, you're clean. If you're dirty, you're dirty.
Clean it up.
But I'm not physically attracted. See, here's the deal, man.
Close your eyes.
Women have to be attracted physically. You guys, I mean, have to be attracted. I'm not. He looks like Flavor Flav.
I don't know. I think Flav's got a couple on him.
Flav's got more teeth.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's skinny and little.
That's true.
It's not my type.
I got you.
Oh, I like Flav, actually. He's sweet. I think he's cute.
Flav would be so insulted.
I like Flavor Flav more than I like this guy.
What the?
What? Doesn't he kind of remind you of Flavor Flav a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I
Yeah,
guess,
see?
Yeah.
I'm going to make you cry.
Ugh. Bam, why do you love him so much?
Move all that hair. You heard me?
Put a jaw on.
Let me get in you.
How you get in them now?
Yeah, let me work with
Show
you.
how you get in them now.
Straight up. Because guess what? After I get through with you, you going to sleep for 4 days. Real talk.
Not 3 no more?
Ay, ay, ay.
That's great, man. I love this guy. He's the best. And you know what? I'll give you a hall pass. If you want to hook up, you can hook up. Go
Thanks,
for it,
babe.
Go for it.
I'll give you a hall pass on the sticky pussy lady.
Nice. We each got our dreams.
They smell like fish. They have these huge warts that grow on them.
Okay.
That's perfect.
You are so nasty. Hey, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
We were reading copy for Tushy a while ago today. And how do you get skid marks in your panties? Because I don't get them. Do you get skids?
No.
Well, my stepdad, rest in peace, used to get skids a lot.
From having a dirty asshole.
Right, but then how does the chocolate get from your beehole to
Probably scratching over, like, on the underwear in his asshole.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
so
you're
putting the underwear up in your dirty asshole.
And Dom knows. Is that how you've gotten skids before?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you get them skids.
That's how it happens.
I'm having chest pain.
I'm awful chest pain.
All right, so that's it. Great guest today, right? Mr. Daymond?
Oh.
Yes. Daymond John from Shark Tank. Fascinating guy. Great conversation. Really appreciate him coming here. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. And, let's give you some dates real quick. All right. Are you ready, Gene?
I'm ready, Gene. Oh my God.
I'm going to be in Ontario at the Improv here in Ontario, California. All in Spanish show. That's February 5th. February 13th, I'm at Levity Live in Oxnard. That's in Spanish. The 20th, Tempe, Arizona in Spanish. Then I head over to Spokane. Those shows are sold out. Thank you guys for getting those. And then in March, Las Vegas. I'm doing the Terry Fator Theater at the Mirage, March 6th and 7th. I'm doing the Ice House in Pasadena, March 13th and 14th. And I'm doing the Dayton Funny Bone, March 19th through 21st. From there in Brea in April. And I will also be doing some Spanish shows in Tejas, in Dallas, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. I go back to Las Vegas and then West Palm Beach. All those club dates are just me working out new stuff, new hours since I shot my special. I just got to get back to the clubs, figure it out, and then tour again after that. Gene?
Gene, January 30th through February 1st in Houston, Texas at the Houston Improv.
What's going on? It's Charles.
February 14th through 15th, Tampa, Florida at the Tampa Improv.
Fuck you too, bitch.
February 28th and 29th, Manfred Disco at Cobb's Comedy Club.
My mom lost.
March 7th at the Ice House.
I'm not retarded.
March 13th through 14th, Doral, Florida at the Miami Improv.
So I have a funny question to ask you guys.
March 26th through 28th, Dallas, Tejas at the Addison Improv.
I have cum all over my face.
April 3rd and 4th, Jew Dork Titties at Caroline's.
I will come all over your cock.
April 24th and 25th, Des Moines, Iowa, Des Moines at the Funny Bone.
Women are stupid.
June 12th through 13th, Fartnix, Arizona at Stand Up Live. Take a shot.
Smell it.
Christina P online. Follow me at the Christina P on the gram. Catch my curations of the talk.
Holler at your boy. I have the new Spanish podcast. It's on my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube/Tom Segura, or you can download it, review, subscribe anywhere that podcasts are available. Tell your Spanish-speaking friends, and hopefully.
What do you talk about on that show?
All kinds of shit, real shit. Life stuff.
Tacos.
Yeah,
Cholula.
I read
Tapatio.
I read recipes.
Really?
I call people for just Spanish dishes.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fun.
I'll listen to Where My Mom's At. I guess I'll just plug mine too. Jeez.
Yeah, sure. All right. Enjoy, Daymond. Thanks for listening, guys. We are here very lucky today. Have a great guest. You know him, of course, from Shark Tank. He has a new book coming out in a little while called Power Shift. It is the great Daymond John. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for that intro.
Of course.
I've never been called the great Daymond John.
Oh, come on.
The great Kazoo.
You know what, dude? Here's what, when I was so excited just at the prospect of you coming on, because there's there's a cultural imprint in my memory. Like you associate certain brands with times in your life.
Sure.
So I remember so clearly being in school and FUBU exploding.
I love it.
And in my wildest dreams would I ever be like, one day I'll meet the guy and he'll come on my podcast. Of course, there weren't podcasts then.
Yeah.
But it's directly in line with that in my personal life with like 8th grade, 9th grade for me.
I love it.
Which is the explosion timeline-wise of when hip-hop exploded. And then seeing kids starting to come to school in FUBU. And I still remember like being like, FUBU, like what's FUBU?
Yeah,
and someone's like, it ain't for you. I'm like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
man. And then, but like seeing the style explode, seeing, hats, sweatshirt, and then like and then learning the little bit that I did about the story, like it get, in what we do, your credibility is earned by like work in the clubs, doing shitty gigs, right? You do a shitty gig, you do it for years, and you come up that way, and then comics respect you as somebody who did a bunch of shitty gigs, and now you're a comic. In like the business world, or in like people of wealth, there's inheritance, and there's like kind of, there's an IPO kind of way of doing it, but then like your way is the real scrappy way, which is like really like, I mean, the idea that FUBU even became a successful brand seems so unlikely. That
I agree.
You fucking were like sewing shit yourself.
I go, how did I do that? Now, but I want to make sure, cause no matter how many times I say it, we didn't create it for a person of color.
Yeah.
And you probably know it at that point. But that was a big misconception. And actually, the first places that ever really bought FUBU, when I took out an ad and I think right on a Black Beat, it was the grunge skateboarders in Seattle, Washington, and it was kids in Japan.
We're buying FUBU.
Oh.
Were the first ones.
Well,
the rebellious kids.
Let me apologize in advance. I bought knockoff FUBU in Korea.
Yeah.
Just because I was broke, but I really wanted to rock your shit. So
exactly.
sorry.
No,
But
it's all good.
It was pretty.
It's got to be an honor to start getting counterfeit clothes, right? When
we did 6 billion over our course of our history, and we did like an analysis, and I think counterfeiters did a total of 30 billion.
Sorry,
30 billion.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, but they did a good job.
They did a good job.
The colors were nice.
Yeah. I saw that the counterfeit game particularly in China is at such another level that there are counterfeit Ferraris.
What?
Really?
Absolutely. And they have everything but the engine will be like, I mean, to the untrained eye, it's the same car.
Now I know why Robert has so many cars.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, it's pretty
there
nuts.
It is. Is that it? That's
so you made, it was never your, but like, the idea of like, I think about a lot of times how amazing it is. This is totally unrelated, but like how Under Armour just cracked sports apparel.
Sure.
Because to go up against Nike and it seems improbable, right?
It is, correct.
And like for you, I don't know. I'm trying to think back to what were the brands that would have been like competitive with you at the time.
Well, at the time, in just my space would have been Cross Colors and Kalk and I.
Yep, I remember that.
And when we came up, we all came up together. So Cross Colors, Kalk and I inspired me. And then my space was Walker Wear, Shabazz Brothers, FUBU, and it wasn't a Nietzsche at the time. Oh, Fat Farm.
I remember that.
Fat Farm.
40 Acres and a Mule, Spike Lee's thing.
Yeah.
And then when we crossed over into when we decided to make football jerseys for the streets, then we started tapping into Nike's money and a lot of other people, and we created a totally new category.
Did you have like? I always wonder when somebody creates something like that really explodes. Did you have the vision goal of it being a global brand?
Absolutely not.
You just like, I just want to make some money.
I just want to sell some shit. I want to have a good time. I want to, honestly, it was like I want to get on video sets, and when they kick everybody else off because they're not supposed to be there, I will say that I have a shirt for the artist, and they'll say, okay, we'll leave you on the set, and I get to holler at the video chicks, and I get to eat free food, and
that was it.
Perfect.
Hang out. How would you like to see your favorite musician making a video right there? You're hollering at a chick, she's in a bikini, and she's twerking, and like you're eating a free sandwich. Like
that's a perfect day.
Yes.
Pretty good day.
That's a pretty good day.
Yeah.
And
so like hip hop was though key to this whole thing exploding.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Hip hop was the reason why I created it because we were
from Hollis, Queens.
I'm from Hollis, Queens, and in that square little, 4 miles.
Yeah,
a massive amount of hip hop artists come from that area.
Sure.
So
DMC set.
That's right.
DMC set right here. He did the show.
DMC.
He was on here. Yeah.
50 Cent.
Nas from Queens.
Not, but he's from a different side. But not Young MC, Ed Lover, Dr. Dre. They're all from the same area. So I couldn't rap. So how the hell am I gonna get down? I'm gonna make a shirt.
So did you always have like? Were you a stylish kid?
I was always a stylish kid. I was always stylish. I loved hip hop, and it took me, years to realize, wait a minute, I can put these both together, and I can actually have fun and be cool and make a living out of it. Actually, it wasn't cool when I first started because have you ever seen the movie Belly? You ever seen the movie Belly?
Yeah, they call me Tommy Buns for a reason.
All right, so those are my friends. They made the movie about.
Oh, really? What? Oh, I got what you're saying.
So every time they would go to sell a kilo or go pick up some drugs, I would say, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go get a pattern and make some T-shirts. And at that time, it wasn't cool to be fashion. I mean, they were like, nothing wrong with it, but they're like, oh, so you're gay. I'm like, no, I'm not gay, man. I like these shirts. And
they're like, you're gay.
Yeah, you're gay. It's no problem. It's no problem.
Well, you're still very stylish on Shark Tank. I love your suits.
Yeah, you wear
impeccable
your suits
style.
Definitely pop more than everybody else.
Yes.
Absolutely. But it wasn't cool at the time. But then it got cool once they were all in jail, and I was making some money.
Right. And like, the thing is now, I think fashion has a totally different, connotation now. If you go everyone's like, that's awesome. If you're good at it.
Right now, you're cool, and go
but
get
definitely, if I'm trying to think back to if I would have been like that, whatever, middle school, high school, been like, I like fashion. People like, you're definitely gay.
Remember Danny Brown, when Danny Brown the rapper came in here, and we were like, what was the dumbest thing you ever bought?
Oh yeah. We're talking about just like spending
rapper
money, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what's the dumbest shit you've spent money on? Because I was talking about buying crazy jewelry.
Yeah.
And he was like, don't do that shit. And I was like, well, what's the dumbest shit you bought? He goes, I bought a cape for $3,000. I think I wore it once.
I think it was more. I think it was 10,000.
No, I think he said 3,000, but it was at Cape. He's like, I don't know why the fuck I buy it. He's like, I didn't wear.
Was it like fur or some shit?
I don't know. He's
Yeah,
like, it was just some dumb
Gucci
shit.
cape or something.
Yeah. But I mean, I get that. I mean, so you did not come from tons of money, and what's the dumbest shit you've bought? You got a ton of money. Have you bought some shit where you're like, this was fucking stupid?
You've got a ton of money. What's the dumbest shit
I
you
bought
bought?
well, somebody told me, you know, when I wasn't as financially intelligent as I should be, you know, they told me that jewelry retains value.
Oh.
Yeah.
Diamonds and stones retain value.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, right.
Right. So
Stones
if you would have purchased
just a diamond,
a diamond for $100,000 in the 70s,
yeah,
or put cash away. If you had cash today, that same $100,000 will barely buy you a decent Benz, right? But that diamond would be worth about $1.7 million.
Christ.
Right? So I decided to buy a Fat Albert crusted out medallion for $300,000 because that's definitely going to appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
You please explain this to my husband why this.
That didn't work. No, you know what? The demand for diamond crusted out Fat Alberts.
Yeah.
There it is. Is that it right there?
Not really.
Is that it? I did like Fat Albert.
Damn, I might buy it. I might buy it again. I like that one.
Why is Fat Albert's face green?
Why does he have on Lululemon?
Oh, right.
Dude, wait. So I'm in. Okay, I want to buy some shit like that. So
please give him some financial advice.
Will you talk me out of it or encourage me to
so do what most of the rappers do now.
What's that?
They're fake. It's all
get face stuff.
It's all cubics are coming.
Okay.
Because they get robbed. They get robbed
They
often,
get robbed,
so they
yeah.
they make sure they can replace it quickly.
How long did you have and rock your Fat Albert medallion for? Did you have it for a while?
I still have it because nobody would buy it.
Oh, you
So,
still have it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll wear it once in a while around my house and my wife.
So what you're saying is it's a perceived value, meaning you must find a buyer who sees value.
You have to find
in
a buyer, or if you want your, you know, if you
I'll
want
give
some,
you $5,000
if you want some
for that
quality
thing
time
right
at home,
now.
wear that butt naked around the house. Your wife will leave, and you have the whole house to yourself.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah. How much for the medallion? What do you for Fat Albert?
Right now, I would take 100,000, 200. I don't know. Forget it. I'm gonna just keep it. It's just what it is. It's what it is. Yeah.
300 grand though it was.
Yeah.
Shut up. Damn.
But it's loaded with diamonds
crusted with like not B, the lowest quality diamond you can possibly find
is what it's loaded with.
Yeah, it's loaded with those because I didn't know what a diamond was.
I would wear that shit to IHOP. That's the move. I think is to wear it to like get a sandwich or something. You know. That's the move.
Please wear it on Shark Tank with one of your nice suits,
wear
just
it,
to give us a shout out.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that one day.
Just give it take it for a spin again.
Yeah. I'll take 30% of the company for this medallion.
There you
bitches.
go.
No problem. I got that.
Well, can we finally talk about Shark Tank? Because
of course,
Tom and I have been a fan of the show for years and years, but
Thank
we
you.
really got you're fantastic. We got heavy into it when I was super preggers last summer with our second baby, and every day on the couch it's Shark Tank. Nobody bothered me.
Well, it is like formulaically perfect.
It's
and
a
there is
great
this
show.
thing where I don't know. I mean, I think one of the reasons this show is a huge success is like everybody likes to be around or listen to successful people. So you have like, the stage of all you guys who have clearly, been very successful.
Yeah.
And then there's like that almost like a sweepstakes feel to these pitches.
Yeah.
And you're
the
just like,
pitches.
because I think what ends up happening is everybody at home becomes a shark for a moment, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it. Oh
Yes.
my God! Why are you asking that much?
Yeah.
And never accept the percentage of your company for $100,000.
My favorite is when they're like, and then I'm offering $250,000 for like 5%. Yeah, 2%. 2%.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what were your guys' revenue last year? And they're like, $100,000. But it's projected to be
I know.
$10 million next
10
year.
million.
And you're
Yeah.
like, huh? So these guys, I mean, they're just lobbing it out there. I'm convinced that some people just want to do the show and they're just like, right, they're just going through their pitch or something.
No.
Feels like some
of course
them
some
are-
people want to do that, but it is hitting the lottery to get on the show. There's 40,000 people a year apply for the show.
40,000.
Yeah, the producers see 1,000. Sharks end up seeing 180 or 100 and something like that. 180, 170, and only 86 make the air. So if you're going to take that opportunity and mess it up, because out of the 180 or 170 we see, if we feel that all you're doing is trying to abuse the platform and just use it as a commercial, you're not even going to make the air anyway.
Oh, right.
And some slip through here and there, but for the most part, most people have really good intentions, and they generally, I mean, they generally have good intentions, but sometimes they're just, you know, this is a personal matter. How much you're going to value your company at? If when Jamie from Ring came on and he offered X amount, he offered too much. He offered too little. You know, he even said it, but later on he sold his company for $1.2 billion. What if he would have sat here to all of us and said, this is worth $1.2 billion.
$1.2 billion. Which company is this for?
Ring. The
Ring.
doorbell.
Ring,
Yeah.
So,
now,
he sold it for $1.2 billion.
To Amazon, yeah.
And what was he doing? Like, what numbers was he doing when he came on?
I forgot the numbers, but he ended up becoming a guest shark, and he said, I asked for too much. I wouldn't, now knowing what I know, I wouldn't have invested in that. So we should really get a piece of that company, because after we beat him up, he went out and raised the proper money. But shit, I didn't even get a doorbell for free. It is what it is.
Now aren't you an investor in Bombas?
Bombas, yes.
Oh, we're huge fans of Bombas.
And Bombas is the #1 company on Shark Tank in regards to revenue that was invested in. So that means that I am the king Kamehameha of Shark Tank.
Yeah, that's right.
All the rest are underachievers. All the other sharks. And think about this. You know, I do half the episode. Barbara and I do half the episodes. And so the other ones, like Lori and Mark and Kevin, they had twice the chance to beat us, and to beat me, and they got nowhere near it.
That's amazing.
Morons.
We love Bombas.
Total bozos.
We're such
total
fans.
bozos. The numbers are the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The numbers are the numbers.
Good quality product.
Hey, you're #1.
Thank you. #1.
They've sponsored our show for a long
Bombas
time.
has,
they were on board very early with us. And I love their product. Fantastic.
Great product, and that philanthropic mission.
Yes,
beautiful thing.
Amazing.
Now, first of all, I have so many questions, very important ones. Number one, when people come in and they present to you and you can feel how nervous they are, do you die inside for them, or does it, because they cut to you guys and you guys have the stern, and I know that's showbiz.
I love them.
Yeah.
So an average pitch lasts about an hour long. I've seen some that go 2.5 hours, right?
Seriously?
Yeah, and you have 14 or 16 cameras shooting that one pitch. So you have anywhere from 14 to 16 hours of footage to get 8 minutes.
No.
And you know, and those shows are as real as possible. I mean, there is no script. We don't know anything about those people. And the ones who are nervous, I like, because they don't seem too polished. They don't seem like they've been in a million pitch competitions. They're setting up the stage because they've done this before. They're ringers, right?
Yeah.
And I love them because, there's this purity and honesty of an entrepreneur. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys think, I always wonder, like, what do you guys, some of the sets are kind of, like, you're watching the set be set up, right, for their pitch?
A lot of times they put a curtain up.
Oh, they do.
And we go to the crafts table, or we go someplace, go to the bathroom and go, emails and stuff like that. So we don't see a lot of them. And sometimes they do set it up, and out of respect for the show, we don't Google it or do anything like that, because we just don't want to have it's not fun. You're taking the fun out of it. You want that discovery process.
Now, so just like some of the things that people commonly wonder, like, it is your guys' real money that you invest, right?
Of course. If not, I'd give everybody a damn deal.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So it's, you really are piping up for things you're truly interested in.
If it was Disney's money, I would give everybody a deal. Plus, I try to get my cousins on, and my uncles, all that shit. Of course.
Yeah. And then is there any, like, is it, I don't know, just like being good competitors? It feels like you guys could all just, like, be like, I'm investing in this, like, not let people compete with you in a way, right? Like,
no, listen, there's, Mark Cuban is, I don't know what he has, so what, $6 billion.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not going to ever outspend a Mark Cuban.
Right.
So I have to, if I'm really interested in something, I have to show, I'm pitching myself just as much as, the entrepreneur is pitching me. I have to show how I can add different value than Mark Cuban. So what is my angle? Mark's too busy. You're never going to see him.
Oh.
Right? Or Mark doesn't know this area, or whatever the case is. So
you guys lean on that a lot,
well,
right?
because he's the fashion guy.
Yeah, I have experience.
If you're the retailer, you're going to go to Daymond. Whenever it's a clothing company, go, oh, that's going to be his. And then if it's a Bed Bath & Beyond product, it's Lori all the way.
Exactly. And Lori's, and then I know that if it's a plastic product under $20. Lori is she clearly is the
do
flea market of Shark Tank. And so how am I going to compete against her?
Dare you? Don't you dare, my dear Lori.
I
use many of her products. I bought many of those things.
I know that's the problem. If it's female oriented under $20, she's slinging more plastic than Happy Meals. I mean, she is vicious.
Yes.
So how am I going to compete?
How are you
going to
compete with discount Lori?
Yeah. How are you going to compete with her?
Okay, what about Barbara? Because we noticed that she's got a background in real estate. That's what they say on the show. What is her?
She is, but she's really
she's a whippersnapper
into the food category. She's done really well there, and she's a brilliant marketer.
Ah, yes.
Barbara can come up with. She's just genius when it comes to that.
Her mind, I see her little wheels turning. I'm like, oh, this woman's so brilliant.
Yeah, she's a little bit of a predator, but other than that, she's
all you guys are a little bit of predators.
No, she's a predator. Like mustache, lollipop, trench coat on, like. She's touched me a lot of times. And her husband's right there, and he's like, stop touching Daymond.
Yeah.
So then she starts touching Lori. I mean, she just is a predator.
I got you.
And may I say, those women get more and more beautiful every cycle. I'm
They're
like,
great.
Jesus,
I love
Lori,
them. I do
Barbara.
love
No, wait. So we know your expertise. What's considered Mark's field? You know what I mean?
Tech.
Like tech. So if somebody's a tech person,
tech, but also sports, because
right.
any product that goes is where he
I can put
hires
these
the
in my
best
arena.
athletes of the world,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and all of us after 11 years, we've all become a little versed in every area, and we then hire people around us to handle sales or retail or licensing or whatever the case is.
So what happened? Okay, when you're watching the show, you're like, all right, this guy came in, he did the pitch. These are my shirts, and it's been going better. You are like, I want my, here's 250,000, 10% of the company or whatever. Okay, cool. You guys got to do. You shake hands, and then they're like, all right, cool. What happens? Like, it wraps, shows up.
So
what goes on next?
I go, all right, I want to do the deal.
Okay,
$250,000 for whatever percent, right? We go, and then my staff will call them, and they'll send them over a sheet or software or whatever the case is, and say, fill all this out. What is your trademark registration? Who owns this? And
everything.
First of all, you got to go through all that vetting process, send your bank records, all this stuff. And you said that you did X amount of sales. Let's see all that.
You have to show it.
And then we go, okay, so now you want the $250,000. What are the use of proceeds? Well, I want to buy a $250,000 website. No, we're not going to give you the money for that.
Yeah.
So you're going to hit these markers. You said next year you'll do $2 million, next year you'll do $4 million. Okay, so we'll activate that. If you're going to spend this $250,000, we'll give you $50,000 when you hit this mark. $100,000 you hit this mark. $200,000. But what if you don't hit that mark?
Right.
That's how we operate in my company. And we'll take an option to go into the deal or whatever, but we'll give you the money.
Right.
So are we giving it to you like Kevin O'Leary business? Is it a loan? Is it what's the structure of the deal after that?
Interesting.
And we try to work it out. But some people think about it. You're standing in front of 5 pretty educated business people. We're shooting a million questions at you. It's only an hour long. Some of the things they may say may not be as accurate, or they may not have had the information at the time, and we just have to go through it after that.
So you ever have the thing, you must have had it where they say something, you want to do the deal, and then when you're like, cool, show us what you said, and the numbers are all wrong.
Absolutely.
They just lie for the
They lied, or they just didn't know any better, right? So somebody says,
Right.
well, I said you own the trademark, and then they send over a piece of paper and they own the URL, but to a website, but they didn't own the trademark of the company. We go, well, how am I going to, now you have to change the whole company name. You can't, that's not your trademark.
Right.
But they thought URL
was trademark.
Was a trademark.
So a lot of this is just being
misunderstanding.
naive to it, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, here's what I think I've learned watching Shark Tank. I'd love for you to elaborate on my thoughts here.
Sure.
Because I really do. I feel like I learned from Shark Tank how to run a
I do
successful
too.
business. Yeah. Number one, don't expand unnecessarily. For instance, I remember one time there was a company that every Christmas, I think this woman would send out like a personalized letter from Santa or some shit like that. Like it's a seasonal item.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, and I want to expand. I want to do birthdays. I want to do Easter with the Easter Bunny. And you guys, at least from what I glean, the idea being do just one thing and do it really well. And fuck the expansion.
Go narrow and deep.
Narrow and deep.
How do you expand within your territory? So just like when you brought up Under Armour, Under Armour didn't try to do everything. For 10 years, they had that one, whatever you call it, wick-free.
Like compression shirt.
That shirt for 10 years. The same. Be known for what you do the best. That's why you'll start to see these things like Shake Shacks and In-N-Out, they do a very small menu. They're not
That's
trying to
right.
go as narrow and deep as you can for that consumer.
I think, by the way, just as a side note, an elaborate menu always makes me like questionable. You go to the restaurant, and they have like an Italian section,
it's too much
and
shit.
a
Mexican section, and then
you normally
like,
go right back to your normal go-to. Give me the fried shrimp. You know, you're just like, I don't want to try anything else.
Yeah.
You know,
so when should you expand then?
When the consumer has gotten not tired, and it all depends on your product, right? When the consumer wants more from you, and then you're creating another competitor for yourself because you're not expanding.
You're creating, all right, someone else, that's money that somebody else can scoop up, essentially.
Right. But you really need to be able to touch on that other demand, but really just try to do the best you can for this category. You know.
Interesting. And also, it seems too, the key to success is creating something truly proprietary. Yeah. What you're saying, if somebody else can go and make that same fucking thing,
we see you guys say that all the time. To
yeah.
people,
Why
right?
am I going to buy this one?
It's called a Me Too company.
Yeah.
Me too. I can do it. Me too. You know, like what is, you know, and again, you know, it'll go against other philosophies about there's nothing new in this world, but what is the angle of the consumer that you're hitting? You know, Bombas socks. There's nothing new about Bombas socks, but they took the seam out of the toe, and they made sure there was a social cause for it, and that's what drove them. The same as I wanted to be on hip hop sets. Yeah, they wanted to make sure that they addressed the market that was hurt and that felt that there was value, and so they're just a different angle. So the product can always be the same, but the angle and or the consumer can be a different consumer.
Yeah. Interesting. And that's what makes it proprietary. You're putting a little different twist on it. I can't go make a Bombas sock because I don't know how the fuck these guys are doing it.
Right.
And then also, you guys always point this out, when somebody's selling really well online, and then they come to you guys, they go, but we want to be in the retail world. And you guys always discourage, not always, but often go, well, why? If you're doing great on the online, why? So why is that logic? Why?
Well, because retail is dying, and also when you're in retail, you're you know, I say it, you can be anywhere from 5 to 6 to 7 steps away from the money. You got to make it. Somebody, a buyer of the retailer has to buy it, then the kid has to put it on the shelf, then the consumer has to go to the register, and then they have to come back for it. You don't know who that consumer is, why they bought it, why they didn't buy it. But when you're selling direct to a customer, you can say, how did you buy it? Why did you buy it? You can talk to them. You get the information. So there's only 3 ways to deal with any kind of customer in the world: acquire a new one, upsell a current one, or make one buy more frequently. Right? So if you can sell directly to them, you can either acquire new ones and know why they're purchasing the product or not, or upsell them. You bought a pair of Bombas socks? All right, so buy the Bombas kid socks with the package. Or you may have a disposable product, and you can say, well, buy it more frequently. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. I love this.
Well, I got that from somebody else. So
well, it's great. And so what do you think goes into being a brilliant business person? What is the trait that you have that you think makes you good at this?
Taking a lot of swings at things and making affordable mistakes, and failing fast and moving on from there. And then when being very humble with yourself and knowing that when you failed or in certain areas that you're doing really well at, know where you need help, strategic partners, know where you need to go, and keep educating yourself. Walk in the room like the dumbest person and keep saying, well, why does that work? Why doesn't that work? You know, the people that say, well, I need $1 million and then I'll be good, and they're the first people that get, you know, taken to the bank. You know what I mean? Because everybody goes, oh, sure, no problem, I'll do that advertising for you. Give me $250,000. So it's really just rolling up your sleeves and knowing that you're gonna have to work harder than everybody else. You know, and it's your own company.
All you guys are super competitive too. I feel like you guys
absolutely. This is real. First of all, I'm on TV and you're embarrassing me, number one. Right? So I don't want to be called the idiot that Barbara Corcoran with her, you know, fake teeth, whatever she has, that she beat, right?
Oh my God. Those teeth look so good, though.
They are. She spent a lot of money on those bad boys, right? She lays them out right next to me. I'm just joking. Barbara,
what about Mark? What's up with Mark?
Mark just has a big head, but
he's got a big head.
But yeah, so they're embarrassing me on TV, but also I like the deal.
Yeah.
And as a person who has somewhat level of success, I can do that deal.
Right.
Why them? Why am I not good enough to do that deal
Yeah,
with you.
but see, that's competitive, man.
That's right. So whatever it is. So
I love that aspect.
That's why we became entrepreneurs, to be able to create our own destiny, and we know what we're good at.
Before we get to the book, can I ask you? I want to go back to some FUBU stuff.
Yeah.
So like, you're making this stuff, then you're on sets, you're giving it to hip hop artists, they're wearing it at the stage where it's still like, it's something you're doing out of your house.
Yeah.
When it turns the corner, when you see it, does it feel almost like this got way bigger than I expected? Scary. It's overwhelming.
It's like, what did I do now? I'm so deep into it that I have 8 years into this thing. I mortgaged a house. I'm sleeping in sleeping bags next to sewing machines. I'm almost out of all my money. It was cool at first, with a couple of people wearing it, but now I have a couple of employees, and how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? Who's going to save me? I'd rather just get a regular job that I don't have to.
Really?
It's scary. That's really scary.
And then you had to. Did you meet your own shark to before
my mother took out an ad. She said, "You're in trouble. I'm going to take out an ad in the newspaper for you." And I said, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Don't do it." So of course she did it, and it said $1 million in orders need financing. 33 people called. 30 of them were named Pookie and Laquita and Sal the sausage. And but 3 of them were real, and one was Samsung's textile division, and they called. And Samsung at that time was doing about $150 or $175 billion, as a company, but they had these different divisions, and they were like, "We see this stuff everywhere. We'll manufacture and distribute your clothes, but you still gotta market and do sales and design and all that and stuff." We said, "Fine. Any orders that we get in from the Macy's of the world, you guys will just manufacture and distribute it." And we said, "Yeah." So, and that's how it started. But I was probably about, I would say, 2 months before I would lose my home and file bankruptcy.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah. How do you deal with?
I've been homeless. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you sleep at night? What did you do to get through that?
What'd you say to your mom after that?
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't, until I started really operating, in my business and knowing finance, I didn't realize how stupid I was. I didn't realize I was in trouble.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because, I grew up in the hood, right? Mom and, my mother and I, we got disconnect notices every week. We just thought all the bills came in a red envelope, and so I didn't realize how close I was to being homeless.
Oh.
Wow. And your mom really hooked it up by taking that ad out.
Good old mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Damn.
So then they do essentially what you do now. They gave you an offer for a percentage.
It's almost like a bank.
Yeah.
They didn't take any percentage of the company. It's almost like a bank. They just made a percentage on the orders that were given over to them. So it's almost like, what we call in the business today factoring.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you did end up selling, right?
No.
Not at all?
No. We still own FUBU.
Oh, it's still on
still on FUBU.
Okay.
And we're pretty big in Malaysia and Korea,
Hey.
Japan, and we do some work out here in America.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I think of FUBU. I close my eyes. I can remember being at Lakeshore Middle School, like when I started seeing it.
Yeah.
That's the memory is vivid, man.
Well, I love it. It's good to be a part of history. Know that you create a brand that globally is recognized out of your basement. Just a little passion and.
Unbelievable, man. Let's talk about the book for a second.
Yeah.
So is this your fifth?
This is my fifth book, Power Shift. Yeah,
Power
absolutely. It's about taking back your own power. Listen, at the end of the day, what is the difference with all of us? It's the ability to negotiate.
Yeah.
Whether it's, taking the remote control back from getting the remote control from your significant other, or negotiating in front of all the sharks, or negotiating at your office or at the church. And it's I've been on a show for 11 years about negotiation. I've seen people come and go, and I've seen where the value is on how people have changed their lives purely through their negotiation abilities. But negotiation doesn't start the day that you come to the table. Negotiation starts when you create an influence, then you negotiate. And more importantly, after that, how do you nurture the relationship to get way more out of the relationship for both people, both parties? So I try to shift power to my employees. They shift power to me, and that's really what the book is about. It's about maximizing that. And anybody that I think picks up this book, and I have some really great, powerful people in the book, as well as my experience, but I have, the Kris Jenners of the world in the book, the Pit Bulls of the world, the people that you may not know that have negotiated extraordinary circumstances in their life. Because you're negotiating every minute of the day.
Right, not just in business. You're always
negotiating when you're trying to get into the bathroom before your husband or wife, or when you're trying to tell your son, get the hell on the school, so I'll take you to Chuck E. Cheese on the weekend. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you're negotiating every day.
Well, toddlers are 24/7 negotiators.
My 3-year-old, she's vicious.
Yeah.
I like that you start by talking about how she's the master negotiator.
She is.
Yeah.
She negotiates different between myself, my wife.
Yep.
You know, her teachers, her sister, you know, everybody. She knows how to just, because she has all day just to figure you out.
Yeah. Our 4-year-old, or soon to be 4-year-old, is he's exactly the same way, and he knows what's
interesting. That's what. Remember that guy Jerry, that famous attorney? He used to wear that wacky fucking jacket, suede jacket with the tassels on it.
Yeah.
Jerry Spence.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he wrote a book on it's called How to Win and Argue Every Time. Yeah, and I read it like in high school, and he talks about appealing to this guy with the wacky jacket that his wife made him. He talked about how to win with people was to appeal to them emotionally, to always connect. So what you're saying about the toddler is
toddlers
right
automatically
on. They dial into your weakness.
They dial into your weakness. To dads, they cry. You know, to daughters, dads they cry. To mothers, they don't cry because mother just beat them up or whatever they do to them. They just have a different way of working.
They totally do. And our son does things where, like, our oldest would be like, he'll be like, have some ice cream? And I'll be like, no, it's too early. And then I'll just hear him in the other room. Can I have some ice cream? And then she'll say that. And then he'll go to, like, a nanny and be like, can I have some ice cream? And I'll hear her be like, did you ask your dad? Yeah, he said yes. I'm like, hey.
Yeah,
I have to run in the room. I'm like, no, dude. Like, but he knows to, like, ask everyone first. Yeah. He also does this thing now where if I'm like, hey, put that down, he'll be like, I want to hang out with mom now. So he'll
That's
just
how
be
he
like,
hurts
I don't
you.
wanna, he'll be like, I don't want you around anymore.
They do exactly the same thing.
But aren't they natural? They naturally assume their power, which is interesting. Small children, they come into the world assuming that they shouldn't have stuff. You know, and then you get beaten down by society and life that tells you that your power exists outside of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one's going to give you your power. You have to take that shit. That's what Roseanne Barr said.
You talked about, like, in the book, there's about the importance of setting up, like, relationships and how, like, I think it's taken me a lifetime to realize the importance of relationships.
Really?
Like, well, not just like, not personal relationships necessarily, but how much building good relationships really give you opportunities.
Right, because the first transaction is really a dating process, right? But it's over the course of your life or time, you're going to, if you really nurture the relationship, you're going to do way more together.
Oh, yeah.
Same as my guys and girls on Shark Tank that I invest in. You know, a lot of times the businesses don't quite work out as well as we would like, but if I love the way they dealt with the failure of that business, I want to do something else with them.
Right.
So it always is that. And a lot of people are very transactional.
Yeah.
And they don't nurture the relationship, you know, and, when it's funny that a buddy of mine, Grant Cardone, he was on
here. Oh, he was on here too.
Grant was on here?
Yeah, he was on
good
here.
guy. He sent me one day, about 2 years ago, he sent me a video. It took him 15 seconds, end of the year. He said, hey, man, I miss you. I love you, man. Happy New Year to you and your family. Just thinking about you. I sent that to, like, I did that same thing to 100 people, and you know what? It took 15 seconds times 100 to the more important people in my life that I was thinking about on top of my mind. I will always remember that video from Grant, and hopefully everybody else will remember that video from me. And it took no time, but it wasn't about a transaction. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Grant, what I'll remember was being like, I would go, I love your energy, your enthusiasm, like positive, dude. He's like, positive? Fuck that. I am not positive.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, okay. Yeah.
Well, also, if you look at somebody like Dane Cook, who we've also had on this show, Dane Cook was the first MySpace comic that he harnessed.
Mastered it.
He mastered the power of connecting to the fans.
Yeah.
He was the first comedian. He'd go home after shows, he said, and he would email back everybody who emailed him and get on Instant Messenger at AOL at the time. And he would just do it all night because he couldn't sleep anyways. And that's how he got 1 million followers.
So then he would
on
do
MySpace.
theater shows and then eventually arena, but like he actually had messaged like a good percentage of everybody at that show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he was like really connected.
That's nurturing.
with
That's
people.
nurturing. And when you make somebody feel special, they will be your best ambassador for the rest of your life.
Yes, and isn't it so much easier to be nice than to be a piece of shit to people?
Yeah.
You mean it makes me crazy.
Well, and especially in show business, like you knew what you signed up for.
Yeah.
Like, so don't get mad now that all of a sudden people love you or they're taking pictures of you. I mean, that's a good thing. I've been there when I was broke and nobody wanted to take a picture of me.
That's right.
And it hurt.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Being broke sucks too.
Being broke fucking
Fuck
sucks.
being broke.
Okay, do you want to play YMH Shark Tank? What this is
Oh no.
this is what it is. You just do what you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will play for you a clip and then pretend that it's a pitch, basically, like they're actually in the room.
Okay.
And you say whether or not you want to invest or anything like that.
All right.
Just be yourself.
Hi, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Scotty O.
With Ecstatic Hearts Tantra. And we just want to share that there are many ways to orgasm. You don't actually have to be having sex. You can orgasm just from hugging.
We're looking for
$25,000
for 85% of the company. And we're going to set up these seminars all over the country where everyone can learn how to come hug. Are you in?
It's a hotel experience. It's a weekend seminar.
Yeah. You see the veins in his neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in her.
You think so?
Yeah.
He's inside?
Yeah.
So it's not just a hug.
That's not a hug. That's not a hug. That's a high hard one. That's a high hard one if I've ever seen that before.
The whole body can be orgasmic. And especially when you start reaching higher states of orgasmic ecstasy,
she's so annoying.
Everything can be a trigger for orgasm. The ears,
Oh,
the
God.
neck, the heart, the
Yeah.
boobs, touching your body all
He's
over.
so happy to be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull him up on Pornhub later.
Yeah.
No,
I've
I'm
read
not.
about
No, I'm not in.
You're not in?
You're not interested?
No, I'm out. Yeah,
I'm out.
she'd be quite annoying. Yeah.
Oh my God. Who would you rather date, Scotty O or her?
Her.
She's
all right.
so annoying though.
What about
Everything can be an orgasm, Tom.
what about a new dentistry, like a national chain?
What's nice about this knife here is the tip's been broke off, so we're going to bear with me. Great. We're parked illegally. Quit.
So
What we're talking about. What we're doing.
it's mobile dentistry.
It's mobile dentistry.
Yeah.
So you don't have to spend so much at the dentist, and he trains everyone.
Our listeners send this to us.
Yeah, they send this in.
We have a great audience that finds us this stuff.
Wait, look, and then this is pretty hassle-free. There's no waiting room.
There's no anesthesia.
Oh,
he got it out.
There's no cleanup costs.
And you can own the business for this. We're just looking for like $60
And a sandwich.
for mobile dentistry.
That's good and terrible. No, I'll be
No?
out on that as well. Yeah, I think so. I'd buy the dog for $60.
Oh,
poor doggy.
Scruffy needs to be saved.
I mean, I thought you wanted to make money, but all right. I'll give you one last
One more.
This one you're really going to dig, okay? This one is really cool. I hope you like it.
If you've had any kind of erectile disorder problems, I'm here to tell you, forget about Viagra, forget about Cialis, forget about dick implants and all that stuff.
Forget it.
So
He said
I don't know
dick
if you believe
implants?
it or not,
Forget about all that.
but if you like to see me smoke some meth with a small limp dick that doesn't get hard any other way and watch it get harder and harder, the more I smoke, the harder my dick gets. It's unbelievable.
So what we're talking about here is,
I'm in
first of
on
all,
that.
yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm in on that. The more you smoke, the harder your dick gets?
Yeah,
Right.
and it's like you're going to compete with Cialis and Viagra in a whole other lane with just smoking meth. And like I remember that he was saying that Somebody didn't believe him. I forget who.
My brother didn't believe
his
me.
brother.
But when he smoked with me, he put out his dick. I couldn't believe how big his dick was. And shot the most cunt he's ever shot in his life. He's only 49, and he's fine. He has no neuropathy problems at all. But his dick gets harder and thicker and even more cunt.
So are these people
sharks? Potential sharks.
They sent videos into you.
What?
You know these are your viewers, because I want to make sure that I'm in the right room. Are these your viewers?
No, they're not the viewers. What happens is the viewers find these amazing people.
Oh,
and
so I was about to say. So he said his brother smoked.
He was saying that his
brother smoked. His dick got really big and he busted off really hard.
Yes. Right. So what he was saying is that essentially, his brother didn't believe him that meth works that well, and then when his brother came over, he finally got his brother to smoke meth, and then when he pulled his dick out, he couldn't believe how big his brother's dick was, and then he shot a bunch of Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm in.
Look,
I'm buying that shit.
You're getting 100.
I'm definitely buying one joint.
Yeah. Well, you're getting the whole company and then some, and it's for $18.
I'm in.
All right. It's a good deal. Wow. We made a deal.
Yeah.
This is the part where we're supposed to go like,
we did it. We did it.
Now I know where baby number 2 came from.
Smoking meth.
We just smoke a lot of meth.
Oh my God.
What's the best business you've ever seen? Like the best model? What's pornography? Is it drugs? What's the most highly profitable business with no bullshit? Best way to make money?
Probably sex.
Legal or illegal?
Legal or illegal?
Both. I'm saying consider both.
I would say kidnapping, probably.
Kidnapping.
Pretty good. No inventory. I mean, you only got to feed somebody maybe dog food for 2 days while in a room. And, you know.
Wow, that's
pretty good.
Kidnapping. I never thought of that.
That's a great business.
Yeah, no inventory.
We just got your next book.
Yeah.
You're gonna write
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping. It all depends on the level you're kidnapping people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
really
true.
Good. Yeah.
I know you've been asked this before, but just I gotta ask. There's got to be a feeling of the one that you regret that got away on the show. Is there one where you're like, fuck? Like
it would be Ring.
It would be Ring.
It would have to be Ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you guys all did no one gay? Like what was he asking?
No, Kevin O'Leary offered one of his stupid ass royalty,
and that didn't
deals.
go.
Yeah, no, nobody takes those deals. But I mean, 1 or 2 people take those deals. But
I remember one I watched years ago was a guy came on. Kevin gave him. He did the deal with Kevin. He had gluten-free Play-Doh, something like that. It was And I was like,
I remember that was like season 2,
dude. The reason it's burned into my memory is because I was like, that's a good fuck. Like
I don't think that
didn't work out.
I don't think that company worked out, but it was a great idea.
I mean, I don't remember. It was gluten. What's
it was
the
like
point of that?
He was like certain people. I might be getting the whatever the thing, but it was like something made. It was Play-Doh without a chemical.
Yeah,
like a whole bunch of people
your kid can eat it. Basically.
Yeah, it was a really good idea. I just don't think the business worked out.
Damn, but you remember that one too, though.
Yeah.
What's the dumbest pitch you've ever heard?
There's 2. Well, one guy who wanted to put Bluetooth in your neck. Yeah. The concept is not as stupid if you think about it. Like you'll be running around the Terminator, but the way that you had to charge it is when you slept at night, you had to put a plug into your neck.
What?
Yeah.
And had he tried this? Was there a prototype?
Notice that he didn't say any of ours.
You know what? Good point.
For the dumb ones.
Oh, that's true. There's worse than this.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about on Shark Tank.
Yeah,
I thought we were on Shark Tank.
Yeah. And then another one was a guy who said he wanted to put this huge, like, I don't know, this whirlpool in the ocean, and it was going to create gold from the sand that just spun around.
Was this on the show?
This like feels like one of those shows.
Oh wait, I remember one guy who was like, "I'm gonna go on a treasure hunt. There's treasure in the middle of the ocean."
I remember that guy
Yeah,
too.
I was like, "Really, dude?"
Yeah. I mean, that feels like
is
that one that
crazy.
snuck through the cracks, kind of when they're like that, or no? It's just like for amusement, basically.
No, who are we to say? The guy came on and said, "I got a blanket. I'm gonna put 2 holes in it and call it the Snuggie." I mean, like, or somebody said, "I got some." I mean, the number one. I don't know if it's still the same, but about 6 years ago, they said the number 1 product worldwide ever sold, beating the iPhone and everything else, was the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, I believe it.
That was huge. Whether it's true or not, right? But they came on the show and said, "This is a puzzle." You'd have said, "Get the hell out of here." So, Pet Rock.
I know.
Right? So, who are we to say if somebody It's a stupid idea.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too when I watch it, because it can go either way as a viewer, where you're like, that's even the dumbest thing I've seen, or it's going to be massive.
Yeah.
How do you know? Like, how do you
don't know,
decide?
and then it all becomes the execution of the person running the company.
Damn.
You know, the guys selling socks are just doing really well. I've had socks for years, and I do okay with them, but nowhere near
what Bombas
does. It's purely execution.
We looked it up. Our deal with them, it's bombas.com/mom, and you get 20% off your free purchase.
Oh,
your
nice.
first
I
purchase.
wasn't trying to plug them, but
no, I know.
absolutely.
We're happy to. We're
Thank
happy
you.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it. It really is a cool product, and it's cool what they do.
Can you take this guy off the screen? I'm thinking. I'm thinking about his brother's dick right now. So it's like this guy's like staring at it, like he was staring at the dick.
Sorry, I'm gonna get it off for you here in a second.
Do the pet products annoy you slightly, right?
No.
I can tell.
I like pets. No, the people annoy me sometimes.
Yeah.
This is gonna play for a moment to switch it, just so you know.
When wolves greet, they will want to lick inside your mouth. This is perfectly normal for them, and this is what they do to one another on a daily basis. If you can tolerate it, you should allow this, as they will trust you more and can learn everything about you as a person.
It's called Wolf Vacations.
Yeah, and this is something that
it's called A to M.
Would you like to go on a trip?
No, that wolf was licking another wolf's ass.
Yeah.
Easily. And probably eating
eating another ass too, by the way.
Yeah. And then it was just in your mouth. Yeah. Pretty interesting.
Put back on the dick guy. This is getting worse. This is getting bad.
The 4-stroke guy.
Oh boy. So just to recap, gold chains are not a solid investment.
No.
What should we spend our money on?
Huh?
What should we spend our money on? I always like to ask successful people that.
What do you stocks, bonds, real estate.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Grant Cardone says we should not own a house. He says we should only rent.
No, you should buy everything you rent out and let other people pay for it, and then rent everything that you live in.
You believe that too?
Yeah. You do that too?
Yeah, let other people pay for your debt.
Right.
So you buy a house, and the mortgage is $2,000, and you're charging somebody $2,500, and so you're making $500 a month, and you are the house is appreciating, hopefully at 5 or 10% a year, and then you take the depreciation as well as then you make the profit over 10 years if you sell it or flip it, or you take that money and then buy house number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let everybody else pay for your debt.
And you really don't believe in owning the house that you live in?
I don't believe in it unless it's that piece of property that you want to die in, and you want to leave to your kids or whatever the case is. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Because then you write it off.
Right.
You write it off as an expense, as a corporate or whatever the case is, houses. So you're getting half the money back or even more.
Interesting.
Wow. Look at us suckers with mortgages.
I know. Fucking stupid.
Jeez.
Oh, I made those mistakes too. So
yeah.
And the gold chain mistake. The Fat Albert.
Yeah, maybe I'll still sell it
after
the show.
You need to start wearing it more.
Offer. Yeah,
please wear it on Shark Tank.
I'm going to wear it on Shark Tank one day.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. It's going to be underneath my shirt. Sorry, but I will wear it.
How should I buy your book? What would you want? A hard copy? You want me to Amazon? What do you want?
You can buy it. When it comes out, it's it's going to be out in March, so you can buy it anywhere. You can buy it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, yeah, Power Shift. Buy it audio, buy it hard copy, but pre-order it now if you can, and get it before it's gone.
Yeah,
for sure.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for
Thank
enlightening us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this was very. Can I ask you more business advice? Can I email you?
No,
please. Just an email?
Huh?
Email?
Please.
Yeah, you can email me. Yeah.
Oh,
all right, I can email. I'll give you an email. Let me create one for you.
Jesus Christ.
Do Lori and Barbara live around here?
This is uncomfortable now.
All right. We should go. Okay. No, you're the best. Thanks,
Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Hi, Mommy. Thanks, Jeans. Thank you for watching this episode of Your Mom's House. And if you had a great time, watch more videos here, here, here. And don't forget to subscribe here, here, here so that you will know when a Your Mom's House video comes out immediately. Thanks, Jeans.